Sean McDowell from DVE. Welcome everybody to this really nice fourth floor performance room here on Fleet Street. I'm used to working in the beautiful coffee house studios downstairs. Much more intimate environment, but up here it's almost like a club scene. So it's the Carnival of Madness tour, Stage AE tonight with a whole bunch of bands, including Halestorm, an Eastern Pennsylvania band.
Thanks, guys.
I'm a Pennsylvania guy, and I actually lived in Philadelphia for a couple of years, a long, long time ago, but you have to point out to me and refresh my memory, where is Red Lion, PA? Now, that's where you guys call home, right?
If you blink, you miss it. It's close to York, Pennsylvania. So.
Well, you guys are
just
already
outskirts of York.
You just
But,
somewhere in the middle of all the cornfields is where it is.
Red Lion, PA.
Yeah, my parents they're not hippies per se, but they would like get a house. So I grew up in the outskirts of Philly, like Southampton area, close to Glenside, and then when I was 8 years old, they're like, oh, we're done with this house. They fix it all up, and then they're like, oh, now that it's all pretty and nice, we have to move. So then we moved around a lot, but yeah.
Well, welcome to DVE here in Pittsburgh, guys.
Thank you.
And let's meet the band first of all. Halestorm, H-A-L-E. That's Lizzie Hale's last name, and her younger brother RJ's last name as well. And Lizzie, we were just talking to Lizzie. Searing, soaring, beautifully, menacingly lead vocals.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I wouldn't say that until you hear me today, but that's cool.
Well, we're going to ask you, how do you rest your voice? Because you have such a dynamic range. I mean, from way down here to like 8 octaves above middle C. How do you give your voice a rest?
I try not to be stupid and stay up till 4 a.m. every night. I was taking lessons for about 2 years when I was 17, and by an 80s metal guy, Steve Whiteman from Kix, and they're from Maryland, and
the band Kix?
Yeah, the band Kix.
I know the band.
Yeah. So he taught me a lot. I still do his warm-ups, cool-downs today, and he taught me a lot about troubleshooting too. So even if I have a little bit of a cold, I'm able to pull it off. Maybe it'll be more on the Janis Joplin side than the Pat Benatar side, but
I was getting into all the comparisons too, Lizzie, the Pat Benatar, the Janis Joplin, the Joan Jett maybe, but we got plenty of time to talk. So Lizzie is here, and her younger brother RJ on drums, and that's Joe Hottinger over here on lead guitar. Hi, Joe.
Hello.
And this is Josh Smith to my right on bass. Lizzie, I mentioned you guys before we started the interview. I spent some time over the weekend watching videos of you guys all over YouTube. You have a very powerful presence on stage, not just a very powerful set of pipes.
Oh, thank you so much. We were talking about that the other day because some of Joe's family ended up coming to visit us in our show in Chicago, and they were asking me, they're like, you're not the same person. You're talking to me off stage, and then you go up there, and I don't know, like a switch gets flipped somewhere, and you're able to be, kind of an amplified version of yourself. And
I think Miss Hyde comes out. That's the thing.
Contrary to popularity, I was actually a really, really shy kid. So it was like one of those things.
That's impossible to believe, man.
Well, it wasn't until the band started that I'm like, I was so frustrated with it. I'm like, I love Freddie Mercury and David Lee Roth. They're like, how do they do that? And they're just like born that way, kind of like RJ here, his personality is the same on stage and off stage, always.
Your baby brother.
We're like polar opposites in that way, yeah.
Hey, that was hilarious stuff with Jay Leno. The Fergie thing. Was he really cool? Was he really cool?
He was really, really nice.
And,
but what a way to make our national debut, right?
In mini skirts.
The guys are in skirts. Yeah, long story short, we were going over one of the many lists of songs for our first record. We were staying at the Oakwoods Apartments in California, and all of a sudden, this guy walks in. Jay Leno was doing his jaywalking segment around the apartments, and we didn't know. All of a sudden, this guy walks in. My mother was with us at the time, and she answered the door.
Your mother was the manager of the band?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was our tour manager for many, many years.
Is she still the tour manager?
No, not
I was
anymore.
hoping to meet your mom because I saw her in the Jay Leno
from the
video.
road. Yeah, and she answered the door, and of course, this is every mother's dream. Like Jay Leno showed up at the door, and she's like, "Oh, come back! There's a band back here." And he walks in, and we're like, wow, this guy has a huge head, you know, and we're like, who is this guy?
His
And
face was massive.
his face was
It
massive.
takes
Yeah.
you like it takes you like 5 seconds for it to register. Like, oh, that's Jay Leno. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But either way, there was the VMAs were coming up, and they needed somebody to do a spoof on Fergie's Fergalicious. And so at the time, we had been kind of living in a cave. We didn't know the video, so they take me in one room and dress me up in this, Girl Scout outfit, the little short skirt and the blonde wig and everything.
Yeah.
And I walk out, and the guys have on the exact same
Yes.
outfit that I have on with the skirts, dancing around. It was fun.
Oh, and
We
Jimmy
enjoyed it a little bit too much. I think it was.
Jimmy Fallon too. He was also that was
Oh,
a great
yes.
experience.
Really
Very,
great,
very
yeah.
cool person, and apparently a fan. So that was a great.
It was nerve wracking.
Yeah, that was nerve wracking.
Blacked
We're like,
out for that show.
oh yeah, we don't
yeah.
remember
What
the
happened?
performance.
I don't
No.
know what was more nerve wracking for me, playing in front of millions of people or playing in front of Questlove. That was.
RJ, no, was this?
Crazy.
I'm trying to remember because, like I say, I was watching a bunch of your music videos. The Jimmy Fallon show. Now that's when you were surrounded. You were sort of like in a boxing ring area, and there were people
Yeah,
like
on all sides.
on
Yeah.
all sides, on all
It was
sides.
really fun, tossing sticks back and forth with them. It was
And
cool.
Lizzie, that's when you started off like way down here.
Yeah, just
and
crouched down.
Yeah, and started to like, I'm gonna hurt my back because I'm older than your mother actually. But so I was hoping I could meet her here today. But you guys, you've already been all over American Network TV. What was the Download Festival like? Weren't you just there? I mean, wasn't that like?
Those festivals over there are incredible.
It's there's no drug that can compare to how high you feel when you're in front of that many people.
How
You know,
many?
it's a lot. Probably like around 100,000.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
it was just mud. Everybody had their wellies on, and it was just mud.
Raining and
It
yeah.
was so
That was
medieval.
cool.
But the crowd they're like a bunch of Vikings out there. They're just nuts. They just go crazy at rock shows, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting over in the UK, especially. Looks like they got a little crush on us, so we're going back right
Yeah.
after this tour. Actually, our first headline tour over there, and everything's sold out, and they moved the venues up, and it's gonna be fun.
You've been to Japan too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going back actually in October as well.
Is that right?
Japan was a trip. That's like a whole other planet. You can't even
totally.
fake your
Gosh.
way through Japan.
Yeah,
like,
I've
'cause
never
you
been
can't
there.
read
I-
anything.
Yeah, they send you over there with a translator and everything. Pretty cool.
When your mom was your manager, did she allow you to smoke weed on the bus?
My mom actually.
Or was she really cool
my-
about that?
my mom got to know Aaron Lewis pretty well on one of those tours, and so I would say we had a role reversal one night, you know, and we were like, "Mom, it's bus call, come on!" And she's like, "I was hanging out with Aaron." I'm like, "Oh, come on, Ma."
Is your little brother RJ? Is he sort of like your big brother when you guys go out on the road? Say, do guys hit on you? I mean, is that like an issue?
He definitely he's become the king of distraction. There was one night I remember, and this guy was coming up to me, and he was just wasted. Really nice guy, but just wasted, kind of falling over. And you know, it got to the point where it was getting a little much, and RJ came up and he's like, dude, your hair,
Over here."
hey, over here. And it was like all of a sudden the guy's like, what?
Yeah,
and
we,
I'm like, see ya.
we all kind of look after Lizzie
Yeah,
on the road, you know.
Good.
You never know.
I'm really lucky. These guys are great, and this is, you know, my family on the road, and one of them literally.
It
but-
hasn't been that bad though. Apparently, Amy Lee's stalkers are way worse. They're
Yeah,
way
I've
crazier.
gotten to know Amy quite a bit over this tour, and yeah, she's got some crazy fans.
From Evanescence, yeah.
I thought my fans are crazy. Oh no, hers hold the trump
Different
card.
level. of
Totally
crazy.
different level.
Wow.
and with the utmost respect. You got to respect the crazy because
Oh, yeah.
these people, like, we have people that will drive 6 hours to come and see a 30-minute set, us opening up for somebody, and be like, we came for you, and they're all decked out with the Halestorm shirts, and like, that's amazing. I don't know if I would do that for Aerosmith. You know what I mean? It's great.
Well,
it's
congratulations, man. It's been a wonderful couple of years for you guys. And welcome back to Pittsburgh because Josh just told me, you know, you guys have been here before, and I'm so sorry. You played a couple other venues here in town, and now DVE is playing a couple of your tunes. So
Yeah, man. Yeah,
it's-
thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
Well,
you.
Yeah, we
guys.
certainly haven't
Thank
played
you.
here enough. I hope we get back more, especially considering it's, you know, our home state. We just
Yeah,
don't get out to the west side much.
well, now I know where Red Lion, PA is.
it's a big state.
So the Carnival of Madness tours tonight at Stage AE. Our friends from Halestorm are with us right now, and you guys can play at least a couple of tunes. So
Oh, totally.
you're
man,
on, Lizzie. Go
totally,
ahead,
absolutely.
guys. RJ
Sweet.
and Joe and Josh.
Yeah.